Okay, we're going to try to record a explanation of the rounding decimals. And so I'm going to show you using the hovercam, if I can figure all this out, that the round to the nearest cent is actually something that you're probably pretty comfortable with. We just have to do a quick review. So let me explain to you real quick about money. If you have someone has written the amount $3.14. You've got your dollars, which is 3, and that's actually in the ones place. Then you have the decimal, of course, and then you have the dimes. Well, that's actually in the tenths place, which makes sense because a dime is worth 10 pennies. That's 100th. So the hundredths of a dollar, pennies are in the hundredths place. See how that's related? The pennies can be split up even more. You can have a value here in this space here, which would make it a tenth of a hundredth or a 10 hundredths. But because of the way that we are used to writing money, we don't have parts of cents where we report those in very common usage. That is a thing. They used to take bits, or they used to have partial cents. They have what's called a mill. Even to this day, they talk about a mill levy, and that's an actual amount. But basically, it's a fraction or a decimal of the penny, and so you can have a part of a penny. That usually happens if you divide something like 3.14 and you divide it by 6, you would end up with a number out here in your quotient. So we're going to figure out how to turn these two, number 56 and number 57, into usable amounts in common money nomenclature, which means like how you write it. So I've written it down here. This first one, 56, is written without a zero. I don't like that, but that's how the worksheet does it. So you're really looking at these two values right here, which don't make much sense to us. So we're going to get rid of these. Well, in mathematics, you can't just eliminate things without having a little bit of logic to it. So in this case, we're going to say, well, is it closer to 52 cents or is it closer to 53 cents? Well, the 3 here, 34 out of a total of what, 100, right? Out of 100, which would get you there, then that's not closer to 100 than it is to the 0 up here, right? So in other words, we can look at it as just these three numbers. 234 is actually closer to 200 than it is to 300. So your answer would be this right here without the decimal. So it'd be just 52 cents with the dollar sign, right? This is $0.52, or we have an abbreviation for that called cents. All right, so on the bottom one, you already have a number in the dollar sign, and you have the two decimal places, the tenths and the hundreds, but you got to get rid of this part. So you look at it, is it closer to $5.69 or $5? And what comes after 69? 70, right? So those would be zeros as well. This is where it's going to be closer to, because that 6 is what we're looking at to round that 9. Okay? So you've got basic rounding technique here, where you're looking at this number to tell you what to do with the next number here. Same thing that happened up here. You're looking at the 3 to tell you what to do with the 2. There's a reason why we do that. It's what makes it closer to the next number right there, right? Okay, so case that only halfway made sense, we're going to come back over here and use a pencil. I'm going to use a pencil that actually works. And we've got this number right here. We just are rounding to the nearest hundredth, the nearest cent. That 3 tells the 2 to stay put. Or is it 5 and above? give it a shove. Well, it's 3, which is lower than 5. So those numbers are just going to go away, and we're going to do that as the answer. Okay? That's actually called truncating when you just drop those off. But we rounded because we did it in a logical, mathematical way. Over here, you're again looking at the hundredths place where the 9 is. That's the cents. And you're going to look at the next number, which is a 6. 6 is 5 or above, so we're going to shove this number up. Problem here is it's going to go to a 10, and 10s don't work in one single digit place. So you're going to do what they call carry the 1. You're just going to regroup that 10 cents into the dimes, and you're going to make one more dime here. So we're going to have 5.7, but we do have to account for this penny, right? 5.7 dimes, 0 pennies. There's our answer there. Okay? If you have any questions on that, or if I confuse you even more, email me. I'll try to make it more simple.